Good morning. Do you think I slept in again? You did, didn't you? Our lovely Sophie is producing. What was it? A lorry and
A lorry in a car.
a lorry in the
A breakdown
car.
on a roundabout.
Oh, they're broken down on a roundabout. Oh, that's like the worst bit ever, isn't it? Because you got to go the wrong way round. Oh gosh. Good morning, Sophie.
Morning.
And good morning to you guys as well. Welcome to the last Scan and Cut Tuesday of 2025. Next one will be 2026. Imagine what we're going to do then. Oh, that's going to be exciting, isn't it, next year? I have a question for you. You ready? Would you like book nooks? If you don't know what they are, go and Google them. Would you like book nooks for Scan and Cut next year? There's a question for you. Right, let me introduce you to the team. We've got Becky on cameras this morning. There you are. We've got our Sophie, yay, in the driving seat. And you've got me. So we've got a brand new download for you that is then launching in the next hour for the dice. We've got a cracking deal on heat transfer vinyl, what's left of it from the other day. We've got the pens back on 2 sets for $11.99, which is crazy value. We've got glitter card, vellum, and we're going to have a lovely play around with one of the card shapes from batch number 14 of our card templates. Oh, and we've got the Frail and Lang nickel fine liners back in as well. Right, so let me tell you a little bit about live shopping. Deborah goes, ooh, yes, please, in capital letters to book nooks. Very exciting. Right, let me tell you a little bit about live shopping, how it works, where you can find us and how you can shop. So you can watch us on YouTube. If you prefer to put us on your TV, I'll be watching everybody on YouTube while I'm off over Christmas, making sure they're all behaving themselves. So if you want to put us on your big TV, you can do that. You can also watch us on Facebook and Instagram and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now to shop on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product. That product will have a code, and all you need to do to purchase that is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically put that product into a basket for you. Then we will send you a direct message. When you open that message, you'll find a link. Click the link. That will take you to our website, highlightcrafts.com, where you log into your account. That's really important, so you get your club member benefits, and then check out those baskets. If you prefer, you can also shop on highlightcrafts.com. You don't need the shop codes for that. All the products in that show will appear down the right-hand side of your screen. And then you just select the ones that you want to buy. They appear in a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. And when you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Now, it's really important that you're logging into your accounts, because then you get your club member benefits. If you haven't got a club membership yet, please go to highlightcrafts.com, just open an account, it's free, and you will automatically be made a Club Highlight member, which means that the price that you see on your screen won't be the price that you pay, because you'll get extra discount on every order, loyalty points for every pound that you spend, and on a basket spend over £35 after your discounts, we're going to pay your postage for you, so you can put that money towards something else. It's good, that, isn't it? The other thing I need to talk to you about is we are in the middle of our Great Giftmas event, which means that if you spend £30 or over at checkout, so after all your discounts have come off, and there is at least one physical product in that order, so in other words, we have to post it out to you, then we will send you a present. And it doesn't matter how many times you do it between, well, it was Saturday, just gone, and Boxing Day. So make sure that if you can, get that basket spend towards £30 after your discounts with at least one physical product in it, and we will send you a present. How cool is that? Right, let's have a look. Oh, wow, there's loads of you joined us this morning. We've got Barbara with us. Good morning. We've got Wendy, Linda, Ria's with us from the Netherlands. Morning. We've got Doreen, Sue, Kaz, Maureen's with us, Cheryl's with us, Karen's with us, Deborah, ScanNCut Day. Yay, happy ScanNCut Day. Kaz is with us, Jane's with us. We've got Chris, Anne, Sheila, Linda, Christine, another Chris. Good morning, Mel and the Highlight team from France. International this morning, girls. Jane, Sue, Deborah. We've got Jack with us from Blackpool. Marina's with us, ready for my scan and cut fix. Morning all, she says. Carol's with us. Kaz, Lynn, Mandy. We've got Anne, Trish. Gosh, there's loads of you this morning. Thank you so much. Victoria, Jackie Briscoe. Morning, everyone. How will I cope with 2 weeks without my scan and cut fix? Yes, please, for Book Nooks. Rachel says yes. Victoria, Lynn. Doppo says yes, Book Nooks. Patrice, morning gang, Book Nooks, yes please. Never heard of Book Nooks until just now, Lexi. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Right, all of you joining us this morning. I could go on forever, I think, but thank you very much for joining me. Right, I want to introduce you to Songs of Spring. I know, we're bored now, aren't we, of the dark? We want springtime. And this is a lovely, lovely collection. Now, you're going to get, if you're buying dies, 2 different die sets. So obviously you're going to get them as your SVG files. I'm going to show you something really cool with this later on. So pop this into your basket. So then when we come to do the demo with it, it'll either be 12 or 6, I haven't decided yet. You'll be able to see how this works. Now then, Ripples of Spring, first of all. So you've got the little catkins there just starting to blossom. You've got the little robin, and then you've got this lovely little die that cuts out the water with that water just captured in motion. It's super, super, super pretty. And then you're also going to get Robin's Garden, where the snowdrops and the crocus just start to peep through. You know, spring's on its way when you start to see those little bulbs just start to flourish. And then you've got a different robin down here as well. So you'll get them in 3 different sizes. The artwork, the reverse of the artwork, the decoupage layers, and of course now don't forget we've got that foiling reflection that we can line up with that cross. So all good. Now then, on top of that, you're also going to get your digi-stamps, and this is what we're going to work with in one of the shows today. I'm going to teach you how to make a stencil design. I'm then going to teach you how to do these with digi-stamps, scan them in, do all that kind of stuff. And then use the universal pen holder with the fine liners that we've got back in stock. So I've got a nice day lined up today. So you're going to get all of this. These are your reflections. Now these are your reflections for your dies. Obviously yours will come as your SVG ones. Your digi-stamps, which are becoming more and more and more useful as we go through this journey with Minecraft Studio as well. You're also then going to get all your textures. These are lovely, look like the knots in the wood. Isn't that fabulous? Love that. And the colours are beautiful in this. Then you've got your scenes. So I worked with this one. We're going to use this one in the first hour today. How lovely is that? It's like they've all been hibernating in there, and then they all start to pop the little heads out, and nature comes back to life again. You've got all your overlays in here as well. So Shop Songs, $8.99 will get you that one before your discount. Good that, isn't it? Because I know this time of year it's, you know, you're shopping for everybody else, aren't you? But how nice to get yourself a little something special. I like that. I think that's great. Right, now then, let me introduce you to another one that we launched on Saturday. Dear Friends, this is called. And this was based on one of our lovely customers, Jennifer, her little dogs that she had. So she sent Stephanie pictures of them. And Stephanie was like, would you mind if I use them as dies? And Jennifer was like, absolutely not. So you've got Honey and Pippa down here. Oh, I had puppy cuddles last night. Have you seen the new puppies? Oh my goodness me, honestly. We've got Elsie, who's about that big, black with a little white bit here and a little white bit there. She's lovely. And then you've got Stanley, who's a bit bigger, a bit chunkier. He's her brother. So this morning I woke up to like they do, you know, like puppies cry. Went downstairs, let Betty and Darcy out, then got the 2 puppies out, got them sorted them out. And then I put them back in the cage, so they started crying again. I wish I'd videoed this, because I stood there and they're going crying, and I went and both went like that, put their heads on one side. I was like, this is brilliant. So yeah, we had puppy cuddles last night. We'll take some photographs tonight and share them with you. Oh, they're gorgeous. We've got Maddie as well. Look, now this reminds me of Snoop. Looks just like Amber's little dog, this one, but this is Maddie. How fabulous are they? Aren't they gorgeous? Then you've got your artwork, so your scene building in here in your Minecraft Studio. You'll also get your reflections artwork as well. You're then going to get your digi-stamps. then you're going to get all your scenes. So inside the living room, inside the kitchen. Oh, they think it's great in the kitchen because they can just run wild. You've got all the scenes down here in the garden, and then in the forest, and I love that. I think that's a beautiful piece of artwork. How gorgeous is that? So you're going to get that one as well. Then you're going to get your overlays as well, and you're also going to get your textures. I love this. I love wood grain. I think there's something really organic and just simple about it, but it really does make a difference as a background. So Shop Friends, $8.99 will get you that one. Right, now then, oh, well, let me just show you a little bit of inspiration for Songs of Spring. Look at that. How lovely are these? Now, these are from our card shapes. You will find these on here. Also, this is on our blog as a post. We've got one for the little puppies there. Look at that. With the Easter eggs. How cool is that? Looking like a paw, right? Good, that, isn't it? Then this one, look at that. Spring is just around the corner. I don't think we've even hit winter yet, have we? It's really mild. And then look at that. How lovely is that? You could make something like that out of your grey board. How gorgeous is that? Pretty, aren't they? Right, now then, let me talk to you about fine liners because these are back in stock. Thank goodness. We had these on Saturday. Honestly, they flew out, so you're going to have to be quick on this one because we're at a stage now where we don't know whether we can get more stock of items in and shipped to you before Christmas. So I would say today, if you're thinking about buying anything to do with any of these shows, please put it into your basket. We're waiting to hear whether we can get hold of any more piercing kits. Katie said she's on it this morning. She put an order in yesterday, but she hasn't heard back from them yet. So if we get to that stage, there's something I want to do with those later on. But let me talk to you about these because these are fabulous pens. They're from the brand of Royal and Langnickel. So they come with an artist quality background. You've got a 0.4mm nib in here, okay? And they are triangular, so they're very ergonomic to hold while you're working with them. However, even though they are triangular, they will still go into your universal pen holder, and that's the thing. So your speed you can keep on high, but for drawing with these, take your pressure back down to a negative, so it draws really nice and lightly. You're going to get 48 of them, and I love the colours in here. They're fabulous. So you've got all your peaches and your yellows into your pinks and your purples. Going into more muted tones. It's like you've got your brights and your pastels here, and then your more muted vintage tones here. Shop Fine, $19.99. Remember, you're still going to get your discount off that as well. And maybe this is the physical product that you put into your basket. Get it to over £35 with your digital elements, and then you'll get that present from us. I don't know what they are, so I can't tell you. I like that though. I won't tell you anyway because you want a surprise, don't you? There you go. Right, Shop Fine. We'll get you those for $19.99. Right, now then, we used to bring you heat transfer vinyl. And when we were looking at the quality of ours, we wanted it to be something that was the industry would use. So if you've got a manufacturing business where you're making sweatshirts, etc. with heat transfer vinyl, this would be the company. So we went to Marathon, the same people that do the threads. And we bought big sheets of 50 by 50. What we've done here now is we've taken these and we've cut them down for you. Now it says 25 centimetre squares. These were a different size last week. Oh well, you're getting, who knows, you're getting 10-inch squares. All right, so Shop Heat is going to get you 15 colours for $19.99. So you've got your lovely navy blue. You've also got lovely leaf spring green. You've got a chocolate brown in there. You've also got this lovely, it's like, it reminds me of the Dairy Milk chocolate purple. It looks a bit blue on your screen, but it is a purple. Then you've got like a really rich turquoise. You've got a black in there. You've got your white in there as well. You've also got a softer green, which would work perfectly with the deeper one. You've got a rose colour in here as well. Then you've got your teal, your rich, almost like, well, I'm going to say aubergine colour because that's exactly what it is. And then a lavender in there as well. Now, what worked for me on my ScanNCut, and you'll have to just gauge yours because I don't know how old your blade is, but I put it onto the mat with the colour facing down, brought on a word, flipped it, and then cut it from the back. Now, the way the settings that I used were put half cut on, but didn't use my vinyl blade. I used my normal blade, and I set that half cut pressure to 2, not -2, +2. So blade on half cut, normal blade, half cut pressure on 2, and it needs to be the half cut pressure. And then you'll find that you'll be able to peel away the waste and use the front of it, which is a shiny bit, as your carrier sheet to then transfer it. Then you put it onto your garment that way and then press it. It's set up between 140 and 160 degrees for 10 to 15 seconds. And that worked perfectly with our heat press as well. So shop heat, $19.99. If you've never tried heat transfer vinyl before, or just want quite a nice big selection of various colours, then that's the one for you, $19.99. Right, now then, let's talk Posh Card, because we haven't got a lot of this left. And I have to say, the box that we've got, there's hardly anything left in it, because I've been using it, Stephanie's been using it, we used it in festival. We've all been using it. But it's a beautiful, beautiful colour cardstock, this. If I put it next to here, you can see the difference between it with the white. So that's a real Start white. That, it's like a very, very gentle ivory. It's a beautiful card, and it cuts perfectly on your ScanNCut. So you're going to get 30 A3 sheets, 30 A5, 30 12 by 12, and 60 A4. Now, when this is gone, we can't bring this particular one back. I think this is probably going to be the last one before Christmas. So please don't miss out on this, because it's on a cracking price as well. $19.99 before you discount will get you 150 sheets. Maybe this is what you're going to put in with your digital downloads to get that special gift from us. Right, now then, let's talk about some of the card up here. We'll come back to the starter kits later on in a different show, but for now I just wanted to share this with you. This is our glitter, non-shed glitter card. This sells out time after time after time. It's one of the most beautiful colour palettes I think I've ever seen with glitter, and it's non-shed. So you're going to get 10 sheets. I don't think this is the right colour combination, but you're going to get these. We've got an extra green in there somewhere, and with no blue. Great. Anyway, we'll sort that out for later on, but you get 10 beautiful, beautiful colours of your non-shed. This is lovely, really lovely. In fact, if you print on printable acetate and put that over the glitter card, it looks absolutely divine. It's beautiful. Now then, let's talk about our vellum, shall we? So you're going to...
Vellum is gone.
Okay.
We do have photo print rice paper.
Yeah, that won't work though. That won't work with the piecing kit.
All sold out.
Vellum's all sold out. Right, we'll get Katie on it. Now then, let me talk to you about these, because these are fabulous. We've had these on for a couple of weeks now, but I'm thinking what you could do is use these to fill, so colour with your sentiments, and then outline it with one of the Royal & Lang nickel fine liners, because these also work in your universal pen holder. So you've got a brush nib on one side. Now obviously you're not going to use that side, all right, because your machine will do that. You don't want to damage that nib. That's beautiful. They're water based, so you can take the colour and pull it out as well. And then on the other end, you've got this fabulous bullet nib in here. So this, if you put it in that way in your universal pen holder, will then colour. So yesterday I did Hello Spring, coloured it in, filled it, and then went around. Then you can outline with one of those. Really cool. Now this price, I've asked Katie 3 weeks on the road for this, and she keeps going. She sighs at me a lot, does Katie? I'm like, please, Katie, it's the last Tuesday of 2025 for ScanNCut. She's like, fine. So should be $16.99 each. You're getting 2 sets today for $11.99. That's mad. So £6 a set. So you're saving £10.99 on each set, and that is before you discount. Please don't miss out on those. They're a lovely quality. If you ever bought Tombow way back when, these are as good quality as Tombow. So please put those in. You're getting 12 in each pack. 2 packs of the same. Maybe one's going to be a Christmas gift, one's going to be to keep, or maybe just treating yourself to both. Won't blame me if you were. Right, let's talk scraper. Have we got any scrapers in, Sophie?
No. They're out. Sorry.
Flipping heck. Right, come on. Let's go and do the pens work on pure print, asked Sarah. Right, I'm going to say yes on regular pure print. And I'm going to say no on premium pure print, because when you try and colour on premium pure print, because the fibres are so tiny, and because it's made to stop the ink from moving, so the premium pure print has such tiny fibres that when the printer head drops the ink on the surface, it has nowhere to travel to, which is why it keeps the quality and the clarity of that colour. If you try colouring on premium pure print, you'll find it feels like you're colouring on chalk, because it doesn't want the ink to move. But your regular pure print, absolutely. Your regular 250 pure print is fabulous for your alcohol markers as well. Marina, we've put the code on the screen for you for the fine liner. Shop fine, $19.99. 10% of that. Oh, evening from New Zealand, says Wendy. Wow. We've got Holland, France and New Zealand today. Love that. Carol Spark says, always love Tuesdays, but I have a friend coming for lunch and friends this evening, so going to miss the shows. We'll have to watch tomorrow. That's the great thing, you see. You can watch us back, can't you? Which is fabulous. Right, come with me. So we're going to start using one of the card shapes from batch 14. In fact, sorry, Becky, I'm going to drag you back round here again for a minute. I just want to show you these because we're going to take this star card and we're just going to use the mechanism of it, and we're going to change it, and we're going to make a full card out of just that little bit. So you're going to get your mechanism for your card, your star card. You also get your K card in here as well, like that. Then you're also going to get your double slider, like that, which I think is brilliant for a gift card, because you could have your sentiment on there, all your detail on there, and the little gift card in there. So you've got that one, and then you've got my favourite, which is that one. I love that. That's really clever. And you know what? It's super easy to put together, and there are printable instructions that you can download with that as well. But we're going to work with the star card first of all. So I'm going to show you how I laid it all out in here. And yes, if Fran's watching, I've lost my stylus again, Fran. I've no idea where it's gone, honestly. Right, so I've got my files on the USB in here. So we're going to retrieve the information from the USB. Come on, don't do this to me this morning. There we go. Right, there we go. Right, so we're going to retrieve the information from the USB. We're going to go into star card, and the first thing we want is the aperture section. So there's a little bit of setup with this one, but once you've done it once, you don't need to do it again. Right, so we're going to group all this together first of all. So we're going to multiple select everything on the mat, press OK, go back to editing the object and group it together, and then we're going to move that out of the way. Then we're going to add, and we're going to add in the actual card base itself. So go back into star card, go back into the base card, and we're going to group that together. So edit, multiple select, part of the mat this time, drag over that mechanism that we've just grouped, and then that will ignore that, and then we can group that together. Now the next thing we need to do is add the matte layers. All right, so we need to do all of this at once because we're changing the size and the shape of it. So we're going to add, go back into your files. This time we want the matte layers. So star card, want the mattes and layers, and we want it for the aperture section. I'm not going to use it for the base section because we're just going to cut another one out of paper. Now you've got a lot on here, so what we want to do is get rid of all the smallest ones and just keep the bigger ones. So we're going to get rid of all of these, and we're going to use our select arrows to go all the way through there and get rid of the ones that we don't want. We want to keep that one, but we don't want that one. And then we want to keep that one, but not that one. And then one more, which will be, nope, there. Right, so now I've got all my pieces together. So the next thing I'm going to do is multiple select everything that's on the mat and press OK. Because if I resize it now, they'll all resize to the same scale, but you won't actually be able to see what they look like. So we're going to align them so they're all in a pile. So we're going to align it centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, and then we group that together. So object, edit, and group. Now, I don't want to make it any shorter, but I want to make it narrower. So if we go into our resize, separate the height and the width. So the height splits from the width, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to make it narrower. Now I want it so that it kind of looks like a square in the middle, like that, okay? Then once you've done that, you're going to ungroup it, tap the screen to release the shapes, and then all your pieces here are then ready and will line up perfectly with your card blank. So you've got all of those pieces now ready. Now you can save that. So let's save that. You can save it into the machine, into the cloud, or onto your USB. It's telling me it includes a group pattern. I'm all right with that, because even if we bring them on and they're grouped and you send it into Canvas Workspace, you can ungroup it. So it's super easy. So we're then just going to press OK, and we've then got those files saved. So next time, if we want to make that wider again or shorter or whatever it is, you've got everything that you need ready to go. Right, let's do a reflection, just in case anybody is brand new, because we did sell a couple of machines over the weekend as well. So, Songs of Spring. All right, we're going to use the bright, colourful one. I feel like we're ready for that. Have I not brought my scraper in? Sure, I brought my scraper in this morning. Oh, Melanie, every time. So, if we just go and have a look, yeah, there'll be one on my desk or in a box on the other desk behind me. Right, so when you print off your reflections, you need to print them at actual size or 100%. It's not that important if you don't remember with ScanNCut, because you can group it and resize it. And if you ever need to resize it, just measure the height of the rectangle and make the cutting file that big. It's super important if you're doing it with dies. It's not as important if you're doing it with ScanNCut, because you can adjust that size. It will always tell you the collection at the bottom, which is Songs of Spring. It will always tell you the name of the file, Robin's Garden. Thank you, Sophie. And you get it in white, purple and yellow with this. So all we're going to do then is position this. Now you don't always have to put it in the top left corner. You can put it anywhere, just make sure it's straight, because what you don't want to be doing is rotating files if you don't have to, all right, because it rotates in 1 degree increment, which you would think is really accurate, but if you're just very slightly out, it's a faff. So we just make sure that we do it right in the first place, don't we? Right, so we're going to press home and OK, and we're going to retrieve from the USB. We want to go to SVG, Song, and then we want Songs of Spring, and we want Robin's Garden. Now, if this is anything other than the original, it will have a size on it. This doesn't have a size on it, so I know it's the same one as the dies. So we're going to click on that. We don't want the decoupage layers yet, we want the reflection cut. So we click on that one. Also, just know that your second colourway isn't going to open on your ScanNCut. It opens on your computer, because that's a different colour of reflection. So first things first, we're going to group it together. So multiple select everything, and then go back to Object, Edit and Group it. And now we're going to scan this in. I'm excited about this. It's a lovely, lovely collection. And I think we're ready for that little pop of spring now, aren't we? You know, those dark nights and early mornings. I love it. It doesn't bother me at all, but I know a lot of people struggle with winter. But yeah, it's just, I love it. I just like it, because I can get in my PJs early. When I used to work from home, some days I didn't even get out my PJs. I just go for comfort, don't you? Get to my age now and I'm like, no, I'm not bothered what I look like, just give me comfy. Right, so all we then do is zoom in, and we zoom in to 400%. Now, for those of you that have just joined us, I will recap this shortly when we've built up the card. But I also asked, would you like book nooks in 2026? For the ScanNCut, and I think we're actually going to get the covers made from MDF, so it'll be really, oh, I can't wait, honestly. If you don't know what a book nook is, Google it, as Alice would say. Google it. Now then, I only want to cut one set. So if I ungroup it and then tap the screen, can you see how it's all still selected? We don't want that to be selected, so we just tap the screen. That's the one thing when I teach beginner classes, everyone forgets. Now, if I now make the cut area smaller, that means that I'm making it so that the machine can't see all of this. It just focuses on that bit there. So when I press OK now, it's found that bit. When you get to please select and cut, it will give you an instruction. Tells you that there's a pattern out of the effective area. That pattern can't be cut or drawn, which is exactly what we want. And then press OK to continue. And then we just press start, and it will then go ahead and cut all those bits out for us. Right, then we'll build up this card. So I've got lots of bits and bobs ready. Now I'll let you into a little secret, or a little trick. When I'm doing things like card shapes or boxes or stuff like that, and I'm cutting them out and I want it quick, I put my CM blade housing in here, because when the CM does a perforation line, it kind of does that. When the STX does it, it does that. It's more purposeful like that. So to speed it up, I just use my CM blade. Stephanie said to me the other day, she's like, that's not your auto blade. I'm like, I know, I just want it quickly. She's like, all right, okay. But you don't have to do that. This will cut perfectly. It's just because I know the machine's inside out. I know exactly what settings to make them, but it is a bit quicker. Right, so if we unload this now, press OK, we've still got that rectangle intact for when we come back to this. But now, you've got to be kidding me, I did bring my tweezers in, I did. Here, bear with, there we go. We're going to go underneath there like this. Now just be careful, all right, because this mat is sticky. So just be careful. Look how beautifully delicate that is. It's wonderful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's get the little robin off. Now you might find it easier just to bend your mat slightly, and just be careful with his little feet. There we go. There you go. Look at him. Lovely, aren't they? Right, so that's that bit. Let's get this out of the way and let's put this card together for you. Right, so what I did was I cut all my bits and bobs out, and then I decided I did want a white mat layer after all. So rather than having the mat layers that are on here, I just created an outward offset of those files that we've just created, the ones that we've just made smaller. So this is the front of your actual card itself. So in a star card, you'd have 5 or 6 of these and you'd work them all the way around, but I thought we could just use this as a regular card shape. So let's do our matting and layering first of all. And I'm just going to, what I did with this was, if I show you this, and I'll do it the right way around for you so that you can see. Let me just get this lined up. So I had that part there, this part over here. So when I was cutting the background out, the pieces out of the background of a sheet like this, but this is the green, this is a spring one rather than the winter one, I scanned this in, and then I positioned the mat layers where I wanted them to be in here. So when it all lines up together like that, the picture kind of continues all the way through it. And then the picture for the inside of the card was also this one. So I cut that one first, like that, and then brought these on, so you can see now how that would continue all the way through there. So you've got the cluster of berries there that are here, the single berry there that's there, and then the picture continues all the way through. All right, so let's build this bit up first, and then we'll put the back piece in and start to decorate it. Don't miss out on that posh card, guys, as well, because I know even if you've got one, treat yourself to another one, because I don't know when we're going to get a new posh card in the new year, and that card is beautiful for making your boxes, etc. So make sure that you're getting that in your basket. For those of you that are part of the club, the latest class has been released, and I gave you a download again this month just because, wrong side, Melanie, that's all right, just turn it around. Because we used files from inside the machine's memory to create a hexagon box It's worth watching the class just for a laugh because I could not get octagon out of my head and hexagon in there. It's quite funny. Right, so we're going to press all of that down. Then we're going to put this piece in. And that little bit of white just makes a difference. It just lifts it, makes it pop a little bit more. So we'll do the same again on this side. And I'm just using my bookbinding glue from Pinflair. I know Mark Vardy was in from Silvar Designs on Saturday, and he was on Highlight Crafts for the first time. I don't mean as in he was our new guest, but as in he wasn't on liveshopping.vip, and it was really busy. In fact, I'm glad I saw him because I went home and mixed well into his macrame. I'm going to post some pictures for you over Christmas to show you what he's been up to. I'll tell you what, talk about meticulous. That's what you get for being a stonemason, right? Right, I'm going to put this into here like that. So I'm just looking at the side and making sure that I get that in the correct orientation. We're then going to stick these together. So I need to make sure I'm putting these on the right way around because there's no getting away from that then. We're going to put these on here like this. And I'm going to play around with this file as well at some point because you could also make it a pop-up. I just needed the right artwork and this artwork didn't lend itself for that, but I am going to have a play around with it. So get this one into your basket. We'll get Sophie to put the details on. It was set batch 14 and you got those 4 different card shapes in there, which I think it's always worth having different card shapes. I mean, I quite like designing them myself, but it takes forever. So get them while we've got them on for you. So we've got all of this going on. Let's put a bit of glue on here. And this is launching next hour with myself and Stephanie and the dies. So if you're a die cutter, then next hour will be for you with this collection. I just think it's nice to have that pop of colour back in your craft room again after Christmas. Have you all finished your Christmas cards? You haven't started mine yet. Fortunately, I've got a weekend so I can do it because I finish work on Friday. I'm not back till the 5th of January. I know, proper break. We're going to do this on here. And I liked the craft card with it because it's quite organic. I do like using craft card. I think it's a cracking product. It's just difficult to source. And when you can find good quality, it's expensive. But we'll have a look for the new year. See what we can find for you all. There we go. So that's all that bit done now. So the next bit, I didn't use the matte layers for the back of it because I didn't see the point because you're not going to see it as a star card. I just thought, you know what, we'll just cut the same. Now I cut it with a perforation line. Even if you score it with your blade, you're still going to see it. But what I then did was took a little bit of brown ink and I chose a dark brown rather than a black because I think black can be a little bit harsh, and just put a little bit here and then just very gently ran it up the spine there. So the easiest way to do this is to put glue down the spine on either side like that, and then just go around the edges of your card like so. We don't need much in the middle because it's all going to be covered up anyway, but we just want to make sure that those edges are stuck down properly. All right, so go right up to the edge. Don't scrimp with your glue. I don't want loads of glue because you don't need it, but make sure you're getting right up to those edges, and this will squish out a little bit when I put this on top of here like that. So what I do is slide it down slightly so I can see the perforation there, and then just nudge it up and make sure that it's bang on there. So that craft will give that a little bit of support, and then when we curve that over, we've got that perfect finish to it like that. Okay, and then this is going to get stuck on there, and then the whole thing opens up like that. Now for this, I'm going to use my tape doctor. If you haven't tried this tape, do yourself a favour and try it. It's blinking brilliant stuff. I went to wet glue because I found tape incredibly frustrating because you could never get the backing off it. It added bulk when you were doing things like construction, which I didn't want. This tape is incredible, and I think we've still got the deal on it. I will get it added to the next show, but it's absolutely brilliant. And I think there's a deal on 10 packs, and in each pack you get 3 rolls, a 1-inch one, a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. On each roll in each pack you get 84 foot. So you're getting a lot of tape, but it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Cannot recommend this highly enough. It's a great product. So make sure that you're treating yourself to that. It's all the boring bit, isn't it? It's like when you get that brown envelope through your door, you really don't want to pay it, but you have to keep your household running. So get the boring bit of craft, like your tapes, etc., while we've got them on a deal. Right, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to turn this over, grab my tweezers, and then just get underneath there. Look at that. I'll never ever use red liner tape again. Now, even though it's thin, it's a tissue tape, it's strong. It is repositionable for a short time. It's also acid and lignin free, so it's perfect to use with your scrapbooking or your journals. Now, I like to get things straight. I'm not very good at getting them straight first time. So a little bit of wet glue on the tape will just give me that little bit of wiggle room while I am positioning this in place. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to get one side lined up like that, and then when I'm happy with that, press down. Next side lined up like that. Make sure you're doing it flat. You don't want to be stretching it like that. Go on, get in there. There we are. And then you've got your card shape like that. How lovely is that? So now all we need to do is decorate it. So in here, I've got all my bits and bobs. Cut all these yesterday. Well, I didn't, the ScanNCut did. Right, let's have a look at these. So we've got purples, we've got whites, and we've got yellows. So let's start to add a few of these. Oh, I didn't do yellows, I just did white and purple. I think because there was no yellow anywhere else, I didn't want to come away from that colour theme, and I haven't gone right to the edge of my card there. That's going to really annoy me. So I'm going to put more glue in there and just press that down. Right, so with it flat like that, I'm going to give that a burnish down. There we are. I'm going to start to build these up. Now there are decoupage layers for these as well. So I'm going to start with this. Just remember that this card is going to fold like that. So try not to go right over the top of that perforation. So we'll just have it peeping out from here like this. I'm going to put another one, same colour on this side, but a little bit lower down. So we're getting the heights in there as well. So a little bit lower down in there. And I won't decoupage those. I'll leave those as they are. Then I'm going to take the white ones and I'm going to add these to the front here. So you've got that little bit of snow. Now, just to make it look like it's a bit more grounded, I'm just going to cut that straight so it'll sit on the bottom of there. But again, you need to avoid where those folds are. So that's going to go there. I can come a little bit over the edge because I've still got some space. Then I'm going to do the same on this other white one here, like so. We're busy for both sets of pens today as well, guys. So Shop Pastel will get you the 2 packs of the creative pens. They are gorgeous to use. They really are lovely to use. And Shop Fine is going to get you 48 fine liners for $19.99. And you know what? When the guy came round from Royal Brush or Royal Langnickel, I said to him, right, how much are the pens? Honestly, I can't get over their pricing. Their pricing is amazing. But their quality is artist quality. I don't know how they do it, but I'm really glad they do. Well, I asked him and he just went, quantity. I was like, okay, they buy a lot. That's what he was trying to tell me. Right, now then, let's do this little robin here. So we'll have this one just over here like this, just stood. Love these. Now, because the feet are really quite fine, I'm going to stick those flat, and then I'm going to take my glue gel and I'm going to put a little bit more gel behind there. So that's going to go and sit on there like that. So his feet are flat because you don't want those catching. And then I'm going to put another one over here. I might have one just in there maybe, peeping through. Yeah, that's cute. We'll do that. So this one will stick flat. And then later on, when we come back at 12 o'clock, what I'm going to do is show you how to use your digi-stamps with these as well, because that's super cute. And then I've got, oh, you won't go behind there now, let's have a look, because these are all my decoupage layers. I've got to make sure my robin's got 2 feet. There we are, so we can put him on there. Could have used the other robin as well from the different one, but I've stuck with this one. And we're just going to pop him there, glue gel. And he's going to go on there like that. Then you can put your sentiment in as well, and there is your little card. Now that's made from the star card mechanism, but made into a square. And then all you would do on here, so it opens up like that, don't squish it yet because it's not glued fully, is decorate the front and the back of your card. How lovely is that? It's nice, isn't it? So it's not just when we bring you shape templates, have a play around with them. You know, make them narrower, make them wider, make them taller, make them skinnier, all of that kind of thing. It's just a lovely thing to do. And utilise those backgrounds that we bring you, because they've been designed to work with the product that we are bringing you. Right, pop those in there. Also, look at these little wallets. These are great, the Craftmaster wallets for storing all your die cuts. Right, let's go and do a recap, because I know people join us at all different times through these shows. I've got any questions, Soph?
Someone's asked a question
Mel.
about the blade deck.
Right, I made several of the star cards with hanging snowflakes as frames for photos. Lovely gifts for friends and grandchildren. Absolutely, Jennifer. We've got Lynn says, Mel, when using CM blade, do you put the blade depth and pressure on SDX the same as you would on a CM? Right, come with me. Yes, you do. So when you do, if we just, let's press home and get rid of that, put our settings back to where it was. There, like that. So when you, let me just bring a shape on and then I can show you. Let's do that one, set. When you get to please select and cut, go into your spanner at the side, cut pressure, manual blade. So I had my pressure on 1 and my blade on 6, and it cut through that 300 GSM craft card perfectly. So that's how you do it on there. Just speeds it up, especially if you've got a lot to do. You know, if it's just one, it's fine. But if you've got a lot to do. So Lynn, I hope that answers your question. Let's have a look. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Anne says, Mel, if you speak to Amanda, I spoke to her on Sunday. She had to go back in for another little op yesterday, so she's got to recover now. Mel, if you speak to Amanda, can you tell the Christmas card I won last year is so nice. I kept it and I've put it up again this year. I will, absolutely. What live shows are Highlight Crafts doing over Christmas, please? I don't think, well, we won't be live on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, that's for sure. But apart from that, a New Year's Day, apart from that, I think we're live every day. I'm just not. I'll be at home. Got a long stitch embroidery that I want to do. I'm going to do some resin. Mick's going to show me how to make bracelets. I tell you, we're going to have a really crafty Christmas. Don't feel just like being at work. Right, let's have a recap of this, shall we? Because this is beautiful. Brand new. We've actually got the launch an hour earlier than the die cutters today, which I'm very excited about. Not that there's any competition or anything. Right, let's have a look at this. Songs of Spring. So you've got Ripples of Spring and you've got Robin's Garden. So you've got this gorgeous little robin here that just perches on that branch or can be completely independent of it. You've got your little foliage starting to just sprout in the spring. Then we come down here, you've got Robin's Garden, which is the one that we've just worked with. And you've also got the robin in there as well. Shop Songs, $8.99 will get you the SVGs and the Minecraft Studio. Now in the next hour we're going to work with Minecraft Studio and ScanNCut together, okay, and Canvas Workspace. So we're going to make our own stencil design. We're then going to use that with the fine liners to do a sentiment as well, and then we're going to use these and make them look like stamps. Brilliant it is. It's lovely, really pretty. So you've got all of this, because most of the time when we're doing this we use the backgrounds. I wanted to show you how you can use it without a background. You've got your reflections in here. You've also got your digital stamps in here as well. You've got your textures. You've also got your scenes. That's the one that we've just used. So you get it in winter and spring. So you get both versions. And then you also get your overlays in here as well. Shop Songs, $8.99 will get you that one. Now I do need to recap these pens because these have been super busy. 25% of these is already allocated. So 48 0.4 millimeter nib Royal and Langnickel, so artist quality, fine liners. They are triangular. Put a little bit of masking tape around the base. I'll show you how to do that later on. Put it into your universal pen holder and then it will draw and colour beautifully. Shop Fine, $19.99. I just need to come back to these for you as well because these have been super busy. And the two together work perfectly. I mean, if you look at that colour palette and then look at that colour palette, you've got colours that match beautifully in there. Now, normally these are $16.99 a set, which for 12 markers of this quality is actually really good value. But at the moment, we've got them on a buy two sets for $11.99. Now, if you ever bought Marvilla Plume pens, they were expensive. These are just as good. You've got brush end on one side. Please don't put that one face down in your universal pen holder. You'll damage the nib. But this end is perfect for it. So Shop Pastel, $11.99 will get you those twice. I know, Alice has got these, part of it, stocking filler for Christmas. And I know what Matthew will say. He'll open it up and he'll go, more pens. I have a system though, because I'm going to get her those wooden storage units for pens because they're brilliant. Right, if you want those, Shop Pastel, $11.99. Don't miss out on the Posh card either, please, because this is your last chance, especially on ScanNCut shows. Shop Posh, $19.99 will get you 150 sheets, 30A3, 30 12 by 12, 60 A4, and 30 A5. So make sure, please, that you're putting that in your basket. The pens are also lovely on there as well. Right, my lovelies, I'm going through that wall to be with Stephanie for an hour, doing Songs of Spring, but die cutting. So make sure you join us and then come back and join me at 12 o'clock because I'm really excited about that project. It's lovely. All right, see you in a little while.